each other through it. Come on and see, good movement draws good movement.
Welcome to Good Movement Draws Good Movement, the podcast where farmers, ranchers, and rural folks can grow relationally through awareness, understanding, and effective communication. Hey, it's T. I'm your host, and I, along with my guests, will be covering topics related to drawing good movement. Things like self and social awareness, brain science, positive psychology, extending grace, and so much more. We'll share tools that can help you understand why you are the way you are, why others are the way they are, and how you can use that to step out of self-told lies with grace and compassion to draw good movement in conversations, relationships, and life in rural America. Let's go draw good movement. Welcome back to the Good Movement Draws Good Movement podcast. Recently on the Cast Pod, we have talked about survivor's guilt and mom guilt. And while we haven't talked about those things super in depth, and we're still not going to talk about those things specifically super in depth, they have got me thinking about guilt versus shame. Because in those two instances, more often than not, I think shame is the more appropriate word than guilt. And so today we are going to talk shame, what it is, what causes it, and what we can do to move it along. But before we get into all of that, if you've been thinking about diving deeper than just this cast pod into your inner work, you can schedule a free 30-minute call with me where we can connect face-to-face via Zoom and talk about what that might look like for you. Visit the link in the show notes and mention CastPod when you schedule to get 10% off one-on-one good movement guidance. So I think a lot of times there's confusion between the emotions of guilt and shame. And I want to clear that up a bit here today. So guilt is what comes up when we've done something bad or wrong, either intentionally or unintentionally. Say we didn't close the gate and the cows got out. We did that unintentionally. We unintentionally did something wrong in not closing the gate, and it ended up in the cows getting out. Or we yelled at or reprimanded our kids or spouse or stranger on the street, only to find out that we didn't actually know what we were yelling/reprimanding about. We did that intentionally. We intentionally did the thing and found out we were in the wrong. In both of those examples, the remorse we feel is likely guilt. And guilt, unlike shame, says we did something wrong. It comes from within us and clues us into the fact that we made a mistake. Shame, on the other hand, is a little more tricky. Shame is an emotion that largely comes from negative evaluation from others, even if there is nothing to feel guilty about, even if you did nothing wrong, i.e., accepting help and feeling like you shouldn't have taken it because it's a handout and you should be able to buckle down and do this on your own. And I want you to know that the air quotes are strong in here. The air quotes are strong. But notice in this example, the should, that was one place I air quoted, and the shouldn't, another strong air quote there. And also notice the outside influence of a culture of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. In this example, you don't feel bad about the particular situation because deep down, you know you needed the help, or at the very least could use it. Like it was something that you needed and or could use, and it would be very helpful for you. You don't feel bad about that situation. Rather, you feel bad about yourself for accepting the help. Shame can enter the chat anytime there is sensed criticism, mockery, ridicule. So maybe you feel bad about yourself because the prevailing message in your life has been, again, strong air quotes here, needing help is weak. You should be able to do that on your own. Why do you need help? Also, I don't know that I needed the air quotes because I'm sure you can sense the tone there. But newsflash on this example specifically, because I feel like this is a common scenario in our society and especially in rural America. As humans, we are not meant to do this life alone. We were designed for and thrive in community, which includes, but is not limited to, not only giving, but also accepting help. Needing help is not weak, it's human. Needing help is not weak, it's human. So, again, guilt says, I have done something bad or wrong. Shame says, I am bad or wrong. If in the moment you can differentiate between the guilt and the shame, because again, I think that there is a lot of confusion there. And sometimes we interchange, well, not interchange them, but sometimes we put guilt where shame really should be. But if you can differentiate on whether you're feeling guilt or shame, here are some things that you can do. If it's guilt, apologize. Accept responsibility for your mistake. Oh, I left the gate open. I'm really sorry. Repair. Make things right or as right as they can be. I will go put the cows back and I will make sure that gate gets shut. Learn from the mistake and do different moving forward. Shut the gate. If you go through the gate and you're going to come back through it, so you leave it thrown open, set a reminder on your phone. Or if you don't like to use the technologies, maybe like, I don't know, slide your rope over so you notice. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up here. In the example of the unintentional mistake. In the example of the intentional mistake where you yelled at and or reprimanded your kid, spouse, stranger on the street, and then you later found out you were wrong, same thing applies. Apologize. I am sorry that I yelled and got after you. Repair and make things right, or as right as they can be. I did not have all the information and I was wrong. Learn from the mistake and do differently moving forward. That might look like asking more questions before you get after somebody. So that's what you can do if what you're feeling is guilt. Now, if what you're feeling is shame and you've discovered that you actually didn't do anything wrong, and this uncomfortable, bad feeling that you have is actually directed at yourself and not something that you did wrong or bad, name it. Name it. Recognize it. Talk about it. Shame has a really, really hard time surviving in the light. The best thing that we can do to move shame along is talk about it. I felt like I shouldn't have accepted this help. And I also know that I truly needed this help, and I'm so grateful to have it. Practice self-compassion. Get curious about why shame is coming up. In the example of accepting help, get curious. Is it a message that you picked up when you were younger? Is it society that's getting loud and making you feel bad for accepting the help? What's at the root of it? Again, compassionate curiosity. Set some boundaries. If there are people and places that tend to bring on the shame in you, take a step back. Maybe take a break from those people and places. And remember, boundaries are for you. They're not rules for other people. They're like fences that keep in what we need and want and keep out what we don't need and want. So if shame is one of those things that you need less of in your life, set the boundary with those people and places. To recap, when guilt says, I did something bad or wrong, shame says, I am bad or wrong. So that is one way that you can differentiate if what you're actually feeling is guilt or if it's shame. And if it's guilt, again, apologize, repair, make things right, learn from the mistake, move on. And if it's shame, name it, recognize it, talk about it, practice self-compassion, set boundaries. If this episode resonated with you and you'd like to take a deeper dive into this inner work, maybe it's some shame that you'd like to explore. Visit the link in the show notes to schedule a free 30-minute call. And don't forget to mention CastPod for a 10% discount on one-on-one good movement guidance. And with that, until next time, draw good movement. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. If you found value in this episode, I'd love for you to share with others who might also benefit from tuning in. Share by word of mouth, send it in a text, take a screenshot and post it on social media, or share however you prefer. And if you haven't already, hit the follow or subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Until next time, draw good movement.